Good evening, everybody. Haven't done this in about a week or so, and I figure, what the hell? Might as well jump in, say hi, see how things are going, make sure y'all haven't forgot about me. I'm just going to preface a lot of this stuff with not a whole lot of specific info in the areas that we all know and love. There are a few interesting ones, but just kind of wanted to just talk to you about what's been heard so far. Well, today at the JJFI here, or not here, there in Austin, Texas. Go over some of the bills, kind of talk to some of them that I think are going to be kind of important to people that would be interested in this kind of a podcast, and then maybe just like look around at some other stuff, answer any questions, and see where it goes. Again, probably won't be an exciting episode, although are they ever? But you just wanted to get something out there. All right, go ahead and dive into it here. So today, and I sent a link. Actually, it's in the invite or in the invite. I've had a bad day, big long day at work. I've been on calls all day long, so I'm kind of like my brain's kind of doing whatever it does best. So I'm just kind of out of sorts. Um, got that, and what was something else I wanted to kind of bring up? Oh yeah, the intro music. I got nailed again on copyright or whatever. So trying different flavors of songs or something, trying to find what's going to finally work. So we'll see where that goes. All right. So today, the JJFI with Chair Harold Dutton Jr. Listened to testimony if there was any, and that video is not out yet. When it is, I'll throw it out there. But heard a number of bills today at the JJFI. I kind of slowly roll through each one of these. Well, not each one of them, because there's a number of them that just kind of don't, I don't know, it just doesn't really apply to folks I think that would be interested in the type of things again that would be on this podcast. But it may be worth looking at if it hits your particular area of interest, and kind of figure out what to do from there. And we don't know what's going to happen to these bills afterwards. I want to just pulled a few of them up here in no particular order. Let me just kind of scroll through here. Did talk about actually like look the family. There was a number of family violence ones and household members, and trying to figure out how they're going to tie that into the ways to get additional money. There's a couple others in here that it seems that it does have some Title 4D and family things, and actually one for grandparents, which I don't think is going to be good news, but we'll see what everyone's opinions are. First one up here is the relating to the crime victims compensation, and there was a couple bills that kind of looked and sounded the same. They're referencing family members, and they're removing the language of immediate family members. So in this one in particular, if a claimant decides to sue the household, if in a situation of family violence or some type of violence, it basically defines what or changes what the definition of family member is. Before it was going to be an immediate family member. Now it's just saying a family member. So I don't know if this goes out to like your 12th cousin or whatever. If we take it all the way back to Adam and Eve and go, we're related to everybody. I don't know how far that goes, but it talks through these expenses are. They talk about travel, attending deceased victim's funeral, paying for the funeral, lost wages for bereavement, different things there, medical, hospital, nursing, psychiatric care, so on and so forth, and just a bunch of different things with that. I think this one actually talks to like $1,000 payment from the attorney general, I guess is from the people that they sue, but $1,000 payment for one-time assistance or something like that. Allows relocation expenses and just all kinds of stuff. Anyway, it's something that probably people should be somewhat interested in if they ever find themselves in that situation. I don't know what else really to say about that, but not a whole lot there. It's just, again, I just saw like 3 or 4 bills relating to family violence and definitions, and we all know, hopefully by now, whenever the our legislature gets involved with something to change definitions, it's going to turn around and hurt us for the most part. So this may end up being one of them. I'm trying to wrap my head around how and why, but it is what it is. I would say check it out on your own if you decide you want to go down that path. This next one here is HB 2850, and talking about relating to discovery procedures for certain civil actions brought under the Family Code. This is one that probably people should be interested in. So, I can kind of read through all this, but basically, when you're doing a marriage slash divorce, and then of course the child support piece here. In the olden days, you would have to go. You had a discovery period. You would have to get buy-in, do all these different things. And this bill, it appears, and I'll kind of read through it, but this says that really that party does not have to be contacted or agree to it or whatever. They will just do their they'll do what they're going to do to get to get assets, real property and assets and things like that. So it talks about here information from certain marriage and support actions. Court may not require a party to a suit for dissolution of a marriage. I think we all know how that works. So if divorce proceedings are filed, unilateral divorce, no fault divorce, whatever you want to call it, this is, I guess, putting into the civil procedure part of it that you don't have to be even required to be a part of that. They can just go ahead and move forward. I don't know. Again, I'm not an attorney, obviously, so I don't know the extent or how far that carries out. Like, you don't have to be told. Like, you wake up one day and all your crap's gone, and you go, "Holy, what happened here?" Then you find out, somehow that you got divorced. But it says here again, the court may not require a party to a suit for dissolution of marriage. Interesting. I'm sure if Jeff Morgan is on and listening, his ears probably perked up and he wants to figure out what the hell's going on. Yeah, comment here from Creed. What's up, Pop? Hey, what's up? I know I've been off for about a week or so, just trying to get my brain together, and of course, work and everything else going on. So just trying to get back in the swing of things. I'm hoping to get some more stuff together to report on. And actually, if you guys get a chance, check out that YouTube video I made yesterday. Actually, while I was in meetings and stuff, I actually created this cool video talking about domestic violence and the snuggle struggle and all that, well, from a different perspective. So yeah, check that out when you get a chance. Spend a lot of time putting that together, hoping to get hoping to get some views on that one. There's a lot of time put into that. Anyway, so going back to here to the bill, it's basically saying not requiring a party, and this request before receiving discovery request the following deed and lien info on any real property owned or lease information on any real property lease, statements for any pension plan, retirement plan, profit sharing plan, employee benefit plan, or individual retirement plan. Statements policies for current life insurance, casualty liability, health insurance policies, statements pertaining to accounts. I mean, I think we can probably just really rush through all this. So if you have a spouse that's going to divorce you, you don't need to be part of it. They can go ahead and get whatever they want from you and put that, and get that, and then take your assets from you. So get ready. If it goes any further, again, it was heard today, and if anyone decided to fight against it, they had their 3 minutes to come up with a speech, go down to Austin, and do their thing. Let's see here. Also talks about foreign income tax returns. Yeah. So basically, yeah, and like when you get divorced, your ex-spouse is definitely collecting all this information and will be able to submit that as discovery and won't rely on you to prove that information up. So again, it's one of those get ready here. Also here in Section C, court may not require a party to suit described by subsection A to provide information described by Section 301.104 to another party before receiving a discovery request. Isn't that interesting? That's, again, more info there. And this section applies only to a civil suit action brought under this code by or against the Title 40 agency as defined by Section 101.33. Of course, there's all that Title 40 stuff because, again, as we should all know by now, with Texas hurting for that Title 4D money with the retroactive child support bills, which I believe are sitting. I'll actually, if I get time, I'll pull that up. With all those things coming through, they're going to be trying every which way they can to get that Title 4D money. So kind of get ready. But anyway, that's kind of the ins and outs on that one. Not a whole lot of good info out of that one. It is what it is. Again, in the link to the live here, it'll have that in there, and you can kind of check that out on your own. All right, going to the next one here by Dutton, HB 2268. This is one, yeah, okay. Related to the matters referred to an associate judge under the Family Code. Again, Family Code, i.e., divorce, child support, and all that fun stuff. and they're basically talking about, um, well, long story short here, the requirements. So they have a judge, they can actually then refer it to an associate judge, master or other assistant judge, regardless of whether the assistant judge is appointed under the subchapter. So basically, it sounds like, again, I'm kind of thinking out of the box here. It looks like for divorce, child support, hearings, whatever, they're going to farm it out from the sitting judge to any associate judge. Doesn't necessarily need to be one that was directly appointed by that judge in your area, but it could be to any associate judge. And I'm hoping that everyone here understands what that means and has at least has heard. I hope you haven't experienced it, but it has heard the experience of others that have went under an associate judge. Just a quick little Texas rundown here. In Texas, our judges are elected, but then once they're elected, they can then appoint, meaning they pick whoever kisses their butt enough to be their associate judge in their area, and then they pretty well just kind of rule and do whatever they want to do. The David Henderson's case, hopefully that name is familiar to everybody, is one of the many examples of an associate judge drunk with power and acting like an idiot. But that is, I would say, cause for concern, and just something to definitely think about. And I'm kind of like rolling through here pretty quickly. I'll try to get the comments here in a bit, but let's see here. Next one up is Dutton's HP 956. This is the relating to suit for possession of or access to a child by grandparents. So before, my understanding is that you could actually, as a grandparent, go in and file to take possession of a child if the parents are put in jail or otherwise not able to do that. What they're wanting to put in place now is a guardian ad litem, which I'm assuming everyone should be scared by hearing the words guardian ad litem, because they're usually not the smartest people there and do weird stuff. But they're trying to put in a law here that instead of having this as a direct approach for a grandparent to take possession of a child, if it makes sense, that they're going to then appoint a guardian ad litem, essentially another attorney, to look out for the child's best interest. So that's another one to look out for. Uh, Again, it's not good, but this is where we're at. Um, yeah, I would say more about that one. All right, the next one here, and this is one that was kind of weird. It's not Niave, the one that we're thinking of. It was actually, I think, Cardio or something like that, Niave. I think it's out of El Paso. But he has actually put in a bill here. I can't remember if it was a guy or a girl. And it's talking about the way status offenses work for if a child voluntarily runs away from home. Um, in reading through the bill, they're just kind of talking about what happens and what type of offense it is. So it says here, the child's voluntarily left the child's home without the consent of the custodian for a substantial length of time or without intent to return. They're identifying kind of what that is there, and then the type or what it ends up being, which is the status offender, and identifying that as the child who's accused, educated, or convicted of a status offense. And then it kind of like works through. I mean, they're lining things out, kind of cleaning it up here, but just talking at I guess at a high level. And I quickly read through these bills. So I'm actually scanning them right now, trying to get a kind of overview for what it is. It was just kind of a point of concern for these bills that are going through. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, here's so after. Okay, yeah, blah, blah, blah. If school's in session, the child is a student, bring the child to the school campus, which child is assigned to the principal's designee, or a peace officer assigned to the campus agrees to assume responsibility for the child for the remainder of the school day, or if the child is accused only of a status offense, which I'm assuming that's like curfew or something like that, bring the child to a place of non-securing custody or non-secure custody in compliance with Article 45058. And then if a juvenile processing office or place of non-secure custody is not available, bring the child to a non-secure correctional facility that meets the conditions under Section 51.12. And then, yeah, it just kind of talks about like how they could be detained. So if they're only accused of a status offense, child may not be detained at a place of non-secure custody for longer than 6 hours, or a non-secure correctional facility for longer than 24 hours after they've talked through the timing and all that stuff. It's just kind of weird that they're putting that language in. I can't really go one way or the other on those. It's just interesting that those are the items that they're kind of talking about. Not a whole lot there, to be honest. In looking at what had come up on the docket for the thing, I mean, I think we're all kind of waiting to hear about the equal shared parenting bill. I think that's HB 3379, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Cook. Let's see what the status on that is. Let's see, actions. All right, so it was referred to the juvenile JJFI on the 15th. From they put their statuses out like only a couple days in advance, so I have not seen where this is going to be coming up for discussion anytime soon. But it's been read the first time. I guess no issues there, and then it's been referred out to the Juvenile Justice and Family Issue Committee group for handling. It's one of those, it is what it is at this point. And then, of course, we have the companion bill over in the Senate, which I believe that one's moving through. So we've got that. Let's just do the fun, let's see, text search. One of my favorites here. Let's do the retroactive support bill. Let's see where those guys are. Actually, I like Legiscan better. Hold on. Legiscan. It syncs it up a lot nicer. Let's see, retroactive child support. That's one where I actually spelled it correctly. All right, so the Senate Bill 1 is at the Jurisprudence Committee, and the other four are all sitting waiting for next steps on the JJFI. So far they have not come up in the calendar or anything. So that's just kind of how that works. Let's see. I'm actually looking at some comments here. Looks like Creed is having fun. Thank you for liking my room. This is my Transformer room and Voltron. So I kind of like to do my nerd thing there. And then, and Creed, it's your birthday. Happy birthday. And then saying hi to Candace. It's your mom's birthday. All right. Happy birthday to JDog23's mom. Let's see. When have I got so many tabs open? That's how my brain works. I've got a million things open and always doing about 20 different things. Actually, interestingly enough, let's see if I have the right thing here. I was actually looking at some info on, it's actually available all on pissedoffparent.com. I didn't put the links there, but we have the report from 2013 talking about custodial mothers and fathers and child support, and it goes through, just kind of has a lot of data there. Probably not something I'm going to talk to too much because I haven't looked at this. I have actually more current info, but it talks about pay and all that stuff. And this is just something again from the federal government. They do look at this stuff quite a bit and break it out. They spend a lot of time and money on it because there are millions and billions of dollars at stake. I guess, yeah, go off the rails here and look at just some other stuff. So this is the this is kind of stuff that I just have open that I'm like, oh, I need to look at that later. This is the overview of family court outcome study. This came out in September 2021, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, oh yeah, this is the yeah. I need to look at the actual data, but there's some interesting stuff in here that they talk about. So if I can find it, I've read it earlier, and then of course got lost. But they were talking about that when when a mother brings abuse allegations towards the father, and the father brings countersues back for alienation, parental alienation. I think that number is 71% of the time the father actually gets custody, which I thought was rather interesting. I need to firm up that information again. It was the summary data from another document I was looking at, but they were looking at just kind of like what happens, and they did a subset from this study, I think, of something like 10,000 cases. But they talk to whenever allegations occur. What I also found funny was that, or not funny, none of this stuff is funny, but they said, what was it, that when the woman says that there has been child abuse by the father, and it actually is found that the father has done that, they actually don't take custody away from the father. But in instances where that parental alienation countersuit thing happens, they end up taking away custody like 71% of the time. It was actually a very interesting study on how that worked. From their study, they're making it seem like our courts are starting to look at whenever the mother brings abuse claims, the silver bullet, which again, that video that I had, um, they they will oh boy, I lost my train of thought. They whenever they bring that countersuit, they are again 71% triumphant over that. Let's see, yeah, here's some anecdotal information, but from the chart here, they're talking about it that when they lose custody, when the father claims alienation, it shoots up from 25% to over 50% in those situations. And I think that's actually before the numbers of the initial demand or initial statement of abuse from the mother. But I don't know, it's just very interesting data to look at because, again, the way they slice and dice it, you're trying to look at different pieces of it. But they did say that again that when the mother makes that claim of abuse, that it doesn't usually turn out well. They're actually getting more and more resistant to that. See, Fernando Gomez. Actually, this is U.S., the entire United States. So this would be, yeah, just a representation of, yeah, DOJ over over all that. And actually, if you go to pissedoffparent.com, I think it's actually one of the more recent documents. Let me pull up. See, now I'm adding more tabs. That's what I do. So we go down here to the books, articles, and studies section. I believe it's like that last. Let's see. Yeah, this guy right here, the draft summary overview of family court outcome study. You can find it there. And then actually, this father involvement study that was actually interesting as well. I thought it was interesting how they went about. Uh, Again, from the CDC, I think this is from. But they were trying to talk about father involvement with children. Again, this is an older study from '06 to 2010, and they pulled in different things. But they were talking about like what makes an involved father, and I guess the preface to it is they were saying that fathers that children do better when they are with their father at after age 7, and there's a good body of evidence out there with research and all that stuff. And I'm of course digging into finding all those different pieces of information and trying to put something together that shows that information there. But they were the summary for this document was trying to show that children do much better with fathers after the age of 7. But I'm trying to figure out how they got to that conclusion. What they were looking at was eating meals or feeding the children, bathing, diapering, dressing children, playing with children, and reading to children. I don't know whether taking that information from or getting that information and then extrapolating out that these children did better, unless there's another document. That's how a lot of this stuff works. Is they'll pull in some information and then refer to other documents to show how those same children did later. And there's a bunch of other information on that also, obviously on the website. So you can, if you get bored or want to go to sleep or like looking at numbers, that all that information is in there. But I'm trying to see if there's anything. Yeah, just talking about how fathers don't get custody of their children. Yeah, it says here 9 out of 10 fathers 90% who live with children under age 5 bathe, diaper, dress the children, help them bathe, dress, so on and so forth. Compared to 31% of the fathers. And that's the thing, trying to get these statistics and the data, trying to get down to the actual, the raw data, and then trying to pull out that information to see if it makes sense. I mean, it's one of those, if they're trying to allege one thing, but they're doing it off bad data, I don't want to use that information or promote it because it's not factual. So that's kind of how I try to do things. But yeah, a lot of information there. I've been on. I haven't really done one of these in like a week. I was just kind of jumping on for the heck of it, just to kind of stretch the old legs out and see, throw something out there. I know most people are probably interested in, the Ohio bill that's going through, where that's at. Kind of been in a holding pattern on that one. Um, Obviously, the Texas bills and all the other states that are doing their bills don't have a whole lot of information on that. I've just been kind of doing a little more research work in my spare time, which I seem to not have much. So I'm kind of making it short and sweet here. Trying to think if there's anything else that yeah, that was. And usually, again, I have 20 or so documents pulled up to look at different pieces of data. So when I make a video or when I do something, I usually try to have all that information and have it worked out to where we've got down to the raw data, and then we're able to pull that up, and it's actual good information and not just nonsense stuff based on like a population of 10 or something like that. Um, Let's see here. Oh, Lynx is asking about the Ohio bill. Oh, you don't know about the Ohio bill? Actually, I've got a video on the Pissed Off Parent YouTube channel. Actually, it's on Facebook too, so I stream to a number of different channels. But Ohio is basically going for a 50-50 bill. It's the same one. It's HB 14, and it's the same one that they essentially proposed last go around that was defeated due to the lobbyists, the attorneys and lobbyists. And basically, in a nutshell, it grants equal shared parenting to both fit parents when they walk in the room, and then there has to be there's a rebuttable presumption of equal shared parenting, and the judge would have to document reasons why. So. The mom is a pilot and she's gone 20 hours out of the month. There's no way to do 50-50 based on that. But yeah, I would actually encourage you to go to the Piss Off Parent channel if you definitely want to check out the Ohio bill, because I have a few shorts. I went ahead and snapped up the boy, what was his name? Trying to think if I got the scratch. Like Rodney Keach, I think his name is. He's the rep that's proposed. I'm surprised I can remember this crap. He's the representative that's proposed it, and then there was a co-signer on it. Actually, there's quite a few on there, and then a number of people actually testified on that. And it's either links are going to be on the YouTube channel or Facebook channel, whichever one you go to, and you can kind of see what they talked about. But yeah, it again, it's a 50-50 bill that Ohioans are trying to put forth. They've got all the data, got all the information. The folks that did testify on that did a great job. They had 2 or 3 PhD professors that testified. Gave a lot of good information that to why equal shared parenting is best for children. Anecdotal information, personal information, as well as professional. In their respective areas. So it was a very good thing. Those type of things are things that I like to read about and hear about, because I want to see equal shared parenting shared everywhere. Um, let's see here. I think that's about all I got. There's not a whole lot going on, really. There's just, as far as Texas is concerned, there's just the bills that are kind of lamenting right now, trying to figure out next steps. I think everyone heard about, oh, what was it? SB, 2279. It's the one with, oh boy, I'm losing my train of thought. It was the Take Time Back bill out of Texas. Oh boy, I'm having a complete brain fart here. Um, but it's the Take Back bill. So if you're denied your time, no matter what it is, CPS, whatever the issue is, that you get that time back, equal time, not just extra time, but equal time. That actually has been passed through the Senate. It's in the House now. Everything that we're seeing is it's going to be rubber stamped, and then it goes off to the governor's desk for signature into law. Let's see here. Links, you're in luck on the professor names. Well, no, maybe you're not. I thought this note had it. I probably threw that piece of paper away. Again, I would go ahead and say, yeah, go to the either the shorts or the just or on the Piss Off Parent YouTube channel, or the actual YouTube channel with it on there. It should be in the last week or so. See if I can find it here. and it should they'll again walk through that piece there, and I think I have links on it. Let's see. Okay. Oh, Robert Garza. God, he and I talk fairly often. I can't believe it again names, but that's the take back time bill SP 718, and then there's Indiana bill on child support. Okay, I know for a fact that I did something with this. Yeah, definitely in the shorts. I know that. Let's see. Oh yeah, check out the bullet thing. Oh yeah, it's Rodney Creech on HB 14. I think I have the link in there, and also the co-sponsor. So a lot of good information there. I would check that out. Uh, and if you're, I'm assuming y'all are the folks that are talking about it. They uh, are in Ohio, so it should be definitely of interest to you. I would definitely follow it. It's actually in the papers. Actually, follow Pissed Off Parent on Facebook. I'm popping out doc anytime there's a document in there, and if you want to go straight to the horse's mouth on those, actually I have an aggregator at the bottom of the page here that has articles about shared parenting, child support, and parental alienation, and a few others that you can actually go on. It gets updated every 2 hours, and you can go in there and find that. I think I actually had posted something today on the 50/50 bill for Ohio, but it actually is getting a lot of good traction. Obviously, I hope it goes through. A lot of kids out there that need that, and of course, a lot of parents that need that as well. But anyway, that's kind of the thing there. And yeah, check out the website if you have questions. Most of them can be answered. A lot of the data is there. Um, and if you have questions, you can reach out after that. But everything should be pretty much in there. All right. Again, I'm keep it short and sweet. It's already been 32 minutes. Hope everybody's having a good day today. I'm hoping to get some information together. Maybe come up with a regular schedule. We will see, and try to and maybe also try to attack other things that are pissing me off. I would say one that's pissing me off is in Texas, at least. I don't know about the other states, but auto and home insurance. What the hell's going on? It's really pissing me off. I'm tired of the rates going up every 6 months or every year. It goes up crazy. See, Ricardo, you're asking about HB 1966. Let's see what HB 1966 has to offer. Help if I leave out that text. Let's see here. This is Cook. Oh, additional periods of access. Yeah. Results of investigation, family. Yeah. I think this is the companion bill to the take time back. Let's see here. Okay, additional appearance unless the party shows good cause, whether the order should not be rendered, court shall order additional periods of possession or access to a child to compensate for the denial of court-ordered possession or access to the denial. Yeah. So this is the companion bill to Robert Garza's Senate bill. So one or the other should go through with no problem. So that is, yeah, he did a great job on that. Actually, on the channel, I went ahead and if you just want to get to the highlights of it, I believe. Well, I know we did. Actually, we did a shout out. Actually, I had Robert on about a week and a half ago. It's out there on the channel. You can watch that and kind of hear his, kind of the back and forth on kind of what he went through in order to get there. And I believe at the very beginning of it, I did air the actual clip of when he testified at the Senate. So that, again, for your viewing pleasure, you don't have to go out and try to dig that up or dig through all the other stuff. But all that information out there. I think that one's there. And then, yeah, I think I've reported on it a few times. Before I forget, yeah, we're getting close to the end of March. I think by April 1st, if you are a standard possession or expanded standard possession, I would say if you don't have equal shared parenting, I believe by April 1st, you have to have your elections for if you want additional time with your child or children for the spring and summer. I think that's how it works. I don't remember the dates, but be sure to get those notices out so you can get as much time as you can with your kiddos. So I don't know. Again, we have people from all over the country. Probably the rules are a little bit different. But at least in Texas, by April 1st, you need to have out your notices to the other parent, letting them know that you need or want extra time with your child to get those, I think, summer hours and spring. Well, no, spring break's over for, I think, most people in Texas. So it'd be summer hours. So get that out in the mail, recommend certified, so you can get that additional time with your kiddos. All right, that's all I got here. So I hope again, I hope everyone's having a good day. Boy, I have a little like deja vu. Hope everybody's having a good day. Again, like I said, I'll try to get a schedule going, get some more information on the bills, make this kind of fast follows. If you haven't already, like, share, and subscribe, be sure to do so. Again, I put out videos and all that fun stuff, and of course the website, the Facebook page, and all that, all free, of course. I will never charge for anything that I'm doing, so because that's just not how I roll. No hate or no shame on anyone that does charge for it. It's just not my bag. I don't. That's just an area that I do not get into. Um, Hope that's just kind of an understood thing with everybody. But outside of that, everyone have a good rest of your day, and we will talk at y'all later. Good night. And hopefully I'll get better music for the outros and intros and all that. We'll see.